Level up, level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
What's going on, people? Fam Entertainment from LV1Gaming.com. And congratulations, you guys leveled up 244. This is the Double XP podcast. Shout out to Steph in the chat, long time family member, Ravenlock Gaming, and Level1Gaming.com with the super chat with the love. You know, I see people my age do the love this way. I seen some young folks. I seen this.
Oh, hey, whoa.
This is Korean.
But I've seen people do this now.
Oh yeah, this
I
one.
saw people going
Keep going.
side by side with generations. One was the millennial, one was the Gen Z.
This man
The
banging.
Gen Z was doing
Man.
this, the millennial was doing
That's
this.
too much. There we go.
He banging on man.
What is-
Ba-dang.
Hugger, what
It's
you doing? You banging.
No, you
I'm
was
doing the
banging.
same thing as you're doing, but
Y'all look
Yeah.
like y'all throwing up gang signs.
it's from Korea.
Oh, sweet God.
It's K-pop, man. K-pop.
my
are these
bad.
people?
If somebody's
Ba-dang.
affiliated and they got offended, I apologize. I tried to do a heart. Shout out to you, Steph, for $10 super chat. Much love to you, my brother. Shout out to the chat that's rocking with us. Bordy, I see. I hate I miss Bordy. I got really sick this last week and I was laid up in the hospital and I didn't have the energy to get out the house because I wanted to go hang out with Bordy. I owe Bordy like a dinner and like 14,000 drinks next time she's in Texas.
And a sandwich
I owe that
because
to
she
you.
is wild about sandwiches.
And a
Oh.
sandwich. Double meat, no cheese,
There it is.
tomatoes, ketchup,
Not
some
the
vinaigrette.
sandwiches.
Wait, is this a burger?
Salmon.
This is a burger, not
You
a
put
sandwich.
ketchup on a sandwich?
I'm just throwing
We're not
words out
getting
there
into
that maybe
Oh,
mean
okay.
other things.
This
We're not getting
this
into the
isn't real.
sandwich.
This isn't a real thing you're telling me right now.
Yeah,
This is a double entendre sandwich. Double
Oh
meat,
my.
no cheese, vinaigrette, ketchup. You figure it out. Listen, we got lots to talk about tonight. You guys see the topic. The topic tonight. It hurt my heart because I was really anticipating this game. You guys see the thumbnail. It is what it is. We're gonna keep it raw. We're gonna keep it 100. Before we do that, let's go with the introductions. First off, my right hand was man, the floor hugger with the hardest of ours.
What's up, guys? We're keeping it raw, as Fame said.
Oh.
We're back. We're gonna talk about Fame's most anticipated game of the year. We're going to right. Woo! We're gonna get into it. I want to say I love each and every one of you. We took a little break last week because it's hot. We had to get reacquainted, and with this heat because it's spring and it's already 30. We ain't ready for this. We got a special guest, somebody who knows us, and we were being awkward because I'm like, people know us. But Dan, I'm excited to see you and talk to you today. And we about to crap on Redfall, and I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
Next up, as we continue introductions, if your emails is popping, your DMs are full, that's because the communication director of Level 1 Game. I'm trying to get a hold of you, baby. Baronjack67, who also loves Redfall. What's going on, Chief?
Yeah, hey, that aquatic shotgun thing you get in the beginning is dope. That is like weapon of the year. I'm playing No Man's Sky, so I can't talk too much mess. Let's get into it.
No Man's Sky is a good game, though.
I love No Man's Sky.
Next up, the marketing manager at Freedom Games, the founder of Games for Games, the beautiful Des. What's going on, sis?
Hey, it's good to be back. I know we took a little break last week, which it was nice because I think we all needed a bit of a break, but we came back to some terrible news. So, I'm excited to talk about it, but I also feel like because we had Queen Novine on, I feel kind of like I can't say too much stuff, that's sister code, but I mean, facts are facts, and we're going to drop those. So, yeah, good to be here.
Last but not least, we do have a guest for the evening. He might not be your favorite Godzilla fan, but he's my favorite Godzilla fan. Godzilla here, Godzilla there, Godzilla everywhere. Dan Morris, host of Screen Smash, content creator, contributor for Couch Soup. What's going on, my brother?
Hello. What's up, everybody? It's good to be here. Thanks for having me. I see my crew up in the chat, bringing that spoon energy. That's right.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Spoon energy.
Scoop. My bad. I got
Now-
my phone.
I will say this. I got a lot of people. Remember when Godzilla versus Kong came out? And I got so many people who still say Kong. Godzilla beat the brakes off of Kong with that mouth beam. That's why
Oh, no,
Godzilla.
I
have
God, I
mouth
forgot about mouth
beam.
beam.
I
He
hate it.
mouth beam Kong, and that monkey got destroyed.
Oh.
Shout out
Why
to
did
the
you say it
Freezer
like
gang.
that? No.
We don't
Why'd
deal
you say
with
it like
monkeys
that?
around here. You
That
feel me?
monkey.
That monkey got his.
Kinda hate
saw-
that.
Yeah, all
I kinda
kinds
love
of inappropriate,
I mean,
That's a
you
Freezer reference.
I
DBZ,
feel
baby.
offended. I feel offended.
But the way you said it.
Yeah, the way you said it.
The mouth beam.
Monkey.
Oh,
That
Oh.
monkey got
Dan,
whooped.
we have a long history of mouth beams.
monkey.
Oh my god.
Now it sounds different when Dan said no.
He said filthy staying.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Dan's never
Frieza's
coming
a
back.
straight up racist.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
Frieza is
100%.
the worst.
That's
100%.
coming across. This was coming across.
Oh no, because it is. Right? Frieza is the most
Yes.
the most racist thing in the universe.
Yep.
Yo,
Oh,
shout out to Halo to the King, former panelist, member of Level 1 Gamers in the chat. That first
Hey.
fight in the water, Godzilla felt that right hand, decided we can take it to the water. Listen, don't matter who won.
Oh, Godzilla wins every time. There's no question.
bro, he let him breathe.
Didn't he
Mouth
get beat up
beam
by
for
a
the
moth
win.
though? No, he didn't get beat up.
And
by
then
a
he
moth,
wiped
though?
her down and had babies. Like we don't
He did
wanna
also
do
like,
this.
was it the recent Godzilla mouth beamed into that one kaiju's mouth?
That was
and just-
2014 with the Muto. He just right in its
Yeah,
face.
2014, 10 years
I
ago.
be trying to bop right in
Whoa,
people's
10
face.
years ago.
Godzilla
Yeah.
the truth.
Wait, that was 10 years ago?
I saw Godzilla and Kong in
Yeah, you're
IMAX.
old. Congratulations.
I was talking
And
about
I
the
was like,
90s.
There's no way Kong's losing, or no way Godzilla's losing to Kong. It's never going to happen. He didn't lose in the original in the Japanese movie. He's not going to lose now.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not happening. Not to mention Godzilla realistically would be twice the size of Kong. I don't know
Thank
how they
you.
made them even in the movie.
Wait, is this the same Kong from the movie where he was like
Kong
protecting
in
the
3.
island?
Yes,
Yes.
they're in the same cinematic universe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The kaiju.
So I guess
is-
nobody's
Wild.
protecting the island anymore. Okay.
Shout out to the
No,
chat gaming
the dinosaurs
addict
are.
in the chat. I appreciate you from Iron Lord boys. I appreciate you coming through, my boy.
Sure.
When they just came back from your show, man, get some rest. Shout out to Jay with the $2 super chat. Says hit that like button, please. Please, please, please. If you don't super chat, that's cool. But hit the super chat, hit the like button. Hitting the like button is free. It helps us out a whole bunch. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to get into from Xbox Showcase to Ravenlock to Starfield. But first, we're gonna talk about Redfall. Okay.
Before we get into that, Fame, Dan,
Before we do that,
where do people know you from? And
oh,
can you
I
tell
hate
us
him
your
myself.
journey? Because this is your first time here. And now that you've been inducted, you can get your own drink in the fridge. Tell us a bit about you.
A drink in the fridge.
Yeah, we ain't getting it for you. You getting it yourself, man. We ain't doing it.
Well, you might know me from something called Screen Smash. It's a little gaming podcast that I host and do on this channel called Couch Soup. We do a weekly gaming podcast, much like you guys do. We get into some topics and get all spoon energied over things. We don't do quite as much like the newsy, like news beats every week. We get a little bit more deeper and we try to look at gaming from all sides of the coins. And we're trying to get some different guests on. We've had Baron on the show not too long ago. You're going to come back and talk to me once you finish Resident Evil.
Hello.
He's
I
never
have lots
coming
of
back.
things.
He's still
Oh,
trying
no.
to finish Village, so it's okay.
But I also do my own YouTube as well on Deadpan Gaming. I have a personal YouTube channel for Stark Evil Vash. My user handle on all the things Game Pass. I'm thinking my gamer tag. That's what I wanted to say. Gamer tag. Stark Evil Vash. I've had that username since I was 17 years old, about 20 years. I just aged myself. I'm old, by the way.
Yeah.
Are you a Trigun fan?
It's okay.
No, not at all.
Really?
No, I absolutely love Trigun. That's why my name is
Yeah, I
Vash.
was about to say.
I was like, wait, your name is Vash, bro. Like,
Baron, sarcasm.
I
He's
know, I
trolling
didn't
you.
catch it. No, and you see, I had to, let me tell you, because of the tone that Hugger set, I put on serious face Baron. And so I'm thinking we're
I
in
will never
interview
be
mode.
serious. No.
So, and then I missed it. So that's why.
I popped
My
into your
bad.
guys' show like a week or two ago, and you guys were asking about like show recommendations, and I was like, Trigun, new Trigun's great.
did
It's
see that.
fantastic.
Yep,
I'm scared to
Good.
watch it.
So good.
me too.
It's fantastic.
yo,
Okay.
they wilding in the chat with these Redfall names. Red Flop, put back a.
Oh, I'm all about it.
Deadfall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, straight wilding. But listen, I will have everything you need to find about Dan in the description down below. Also in that description down below, I'd like to shout out my Iron Lord family for this Valari pillow. If you want your own Valari pillow, link is in the
Mhm.
description. Use that link.
I do
ain't
want
gonna
one.
cap.
I
But
thought
I
that was a
want
Metal,
one.
If you
Metal
use the
Gear
link in the
reference.
description, it
I
helps
want one with
on
level
game.
1 on it.
Being honest.
So when are we gonna
If
get
you-
our own pillows?
Not the dick fall.
Soon.
No.
Soon.
Soon.
Steph.
I want one
But
with level 1. Not that
go
I
in the
don't want one
description,
with Iron
Get
Lord.
yourself one.
I want one of those
Use
two.
the link. Being
You know what, you
transparent.
get one
it
for your
helps level
neck,
one. It is
And then
what it
get one
is.
for your,
Yeah.
your arms.
I would just go to sleep at that point. Like
It's the
don't
I'm
most
do
gonna-
that.
comfortable thing in the world.
All right, I got mine. Well,
In
Yeah.
terms of Redfall, I know one of our guys is gonna be upset because Redfall is gonna have all the suck, which is
Ooh.
exactly how our guy Jake referenced Redfall. He's like, I want to get that good suck from Redfall.
But that's what we're gonna jump right
You
into.
can't
We're
say
gonna jump right
this
into
on this
Redfall
That was so
because
dirty.
Oh, am I not allowed to
this
do
is
that here?
one of the
No, that
We
was
swear
perfect.
on my show.
because
so
That was
we're all-
perfect.
I'll
That
see
was
because
myself
perfect.
out.
you can't say it because we're 12 and we'll take it to the next extreme.
Be prepared then.
Redfall.
Fame, go ahead and do the topic.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're all gonna jump right into the topic of Redfall because Redfall was one of the big exclusive titles coming to Xbox. We know it was pushed back a year, give or take. It kind of makes me wonder what game were we getting last year if it had released. I know it didn't technically have a release date, but we know it was releasing and it got delayed, right? So kind of get that Halo feeling. What were we going to get beforehand, right? So Redfall is out. People are finding out very quickly that this game is a technical mess. They are seeing very quickly the world is pretty hollow. You find out very quickly that the AI can't figure out if its left and right brain cells are supposed to work with each other. There's a lot of issues with this game, right? The only positive I can really say about this game is that I was having fun playing with Baron and Rings. And when I gotta say fun with friends, if that's where I gotta start the conversation, we failed as a game. If the conversation starts fun with friends, you failed as a game. They got really lazy. The cutscenes are not really cutscenes. You did stand still artwork for cutscene. No true cutscenes is happening. It seems as if this game didn't. It should have. Perfect example. It should have been Shadow Drop, not Hi-Fi Rush. Just for quality of what it is. Now, what sucks is, as we read an article, I read an article earlier from Jazz Corden. Apparently, ZeniMax and Xbox aren't really. I mean, Microsoft owns ZeniMax, right? But they're not really working under the same umbrella. Like Matt Booty is not overseeing what's happening in Arcane. ZeniMax and ZeniMax bosses are, right? So I think that's a problem.
Isn't that Xbox's whole approach? Hands off?
Yes,
kind of
but they should have been hands off with this because somebody should have went to Phil and said, hey, when this game reviews bad and looks bad, it hurts the entire brand of Xbox. So this segregating off Mojang, ZeniMax, Xbox, none of that matters. If a game is owned by Microsoft and it's a bad game, it hurts Xbox as a brand. So somebody should have went to Phil and said, hey, we cannot release this. Releasing the game in its state did more harm than delaying it again or giving it the scale-bound treatment. Releasing it in its state did more harm. Now, am I saying it's the worst game of all time? No.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the worst game of all time. But
You said
anybody that's
scale-bound.
playing this game and saying, oh my God, I'm having such an amazing time. Redfall is so good. You're lying. You're lying. And we got to hold Microsoft and Xbox accountable for releasing it. And the worst part is, this was their first $70 game.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
I get that it's in Game Pass, and it devalues Game Pass. Every game that's like good enough for Game Pass devalues Game Pass. Like it devalues it, right? Because the most important thing about Game Pass is not the third-party stuff; it's the first-party games bringing that day and date. That's where you get your that's where the big drawing point is. Not you just.
But we ain't had that in 2-3 years, Fame. What you mean?
You this is bad. This is bad, and I'm gonna go to our guest, Dan. Dan, I want to get your thoughts on Redfall. Even though it was my most anticipated game more than Starfield. Your thoughts on Redfall and the mistakes behind it?
I'm in a very, very similar place with you, Fame, because I also was more excited for Redfall than I am Starfield. I remember when the game was first announced, and I was like, "Oh, this looks like my jam. I'm all about this. I'm digging this like vampire hunting game where the vampires look scary. They're bringing vampires back in like this very old school kind of way, and I'm all about it." And again, I said this before we started the show. Like, I'm not a big Arcane fan, but this looked like the game to get me into the Arcane field. I've tried all their games; they just usually don't strike a chord with me. So yeah, I should say little disappointed. So it's a bit more. I've played the game a bit. I've got a few hours in. I've been playing solo, And I want to say this. You talked about it's fun with friends. I've been having fun with it by myself.
Oh,
I haven't played with friends yet. I'm going to. All my friends want to play, and we're going to do it. It's absolutely going to happen. But I see where the problems are. I see where the complaints are. I see how everyone has their opinions. But I've been enjoying it, oddly enough. I like what is there. It's very weak. You know, not having 60 FPS, not having quality and performance options. The controls don't feel nearly as tight as like Dishonored or Deathloop. And it's like, how is this a $70 game? I like it. I like what I'm playing, but it just doesn't feel right. You know, like that. It needs to be in the oven a little longer. Like it needs another few hours. Yeah, by hours, you know,
Years.
years.
A little raw
You
in
know?
the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little raw in the middle still. Like there's, I agree that the cutscenes being these animatics is really disappointing, especially after some of those really high quality cutscene
Right?
animations that we saw for promotion. You saw these really like super hyper detailed renders of all the characters. I used images of those for my own show as thumbnails, and now we don't get that.
at all.
And we've said this like, on my show. We talk about the Aliens Colonial Marines effect, overselling, you know, overpromising, underperforming.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird because I'm enjoying it, but it's not good.
You
You
can
know-
enjoy something and it not be good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't get me
bro,
wrong. I have
love-
lots of
Oh.
bad games that I love.
Oh yeah,
Baron
But
loves
they're bad,
shitty
though.
games. Baron
I
loves
love
awful
them.
games.
bro. I bought Elix 2 at full price, knowing what I was gonna get into.
Blech.
Like-
What's wrong with you?
Like, dude, I love those jank games.
I play EDF
love
on the
'em.
regular.
You like those Euro jank games. You really
Yeah,
do.
love them.
And now here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you are enjoying Redfall, right? And I'm not deep. I'm not too deep into the game, right? So if you're enjoying Redfall, more power to you. I got crap for loving Avengers. Hug gets crap for loving
I
Anthem,
like
right?
Avengers.
Yeah, Anthem is my baby.
Nothing wrong with you feeling how you feel about a game. Love your games,
you
play your
dare.
game. It's your money. You spent
Don't
it. I
you
feel like
dare.
you do what you want to do. But I do believe we have to be, and I said this 2 episodes ago. Regardless of how we may feel about it, Microsoft does not have a lot of leeway.
Mhm.
They don't. They don't, because with it being lack of first party releases, they don't have a lot of leeway with gamers. Do I want Microsoft to succeed? Of course. I have a Series X. I have a Series S. I love Xbox. 98% of my gaming is done on Xbox. I love the platform, but we have to let them know that releasing a game unfinished is
It ain't it.
unacceptable.
It ain't it.
Des, I'm gonna reach out to you because you do work in the games industry. You probably see things on a different side than what we see things. Been on the journalistic side of it. I want to get your thoughts on Redfield. I'm really trying to say Redfall,
That's
and then I mixed it up with Redfall and said Redfield. Whatever. I'm gonna get your thoughts, Des, on Redfall. Some of the things that you're seeing, some things that you're hearing, and your overall thoughts on this game releasing in the state that it's in.
I think one of the things that a lot of companies are, well, one of the things I want to say is, like, I personally don't buy games right when they drop, because I think, like, we've had this conversation multiple times about different titles. There's always going to be something wrong, right? That's just how it is now. Like, nobody's really shipping like a finished game that's not going to have issues. Any game where you're playing with multiple people, you're going to run into bugs that you probably didn't run into when you were testing the game, right? Like, there's always going to be those issues. The other thing I was going to say is, like, shame on them, because you cannot give us this beautiful trailer, get everybody excited about this beautiful trailer. Like, I remember when it first dropped and I was talking about the texture of her hair. I was so impressed.
Yep.
And then not have any of that in the actual game. Then it just feels like false advertisement. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Class action?
No, because they delivered a finished product. It's just not the product we expected.
Yeah,
but it is.
it's almost
finished.
like when you put money on Kickstarter and they're like, yo, we can do whatever we want. We have your money now, and as long as we deliver the product at the end, like we delivered the product at the end. But I just think that Microsoft should know better than to do that. And that's actually like everybody, I know like a few people are like Xbox stands and stuff, and I know this really hurts, like bleeding heart and everything, but also like I'm not surprised, just because they aren't really trying. And I think we've been having this conversation for a while. They aren't really trying because they have the money. They could have definitely made this game look the way that it looked in the trailer, and they just didn't.
Hey, I want to give a shout out really quick. Shout out to the homie Jay Barry in the chat. As you guys know, if there's no Jay Barry, there's no fame without Jay Barry. I made my first video as a response to Jay Barry's video. I'm always have love for that man. With a $20 super chat, he says Redfall got too much dip on his chip, but there's no dip. Pack that game up, please. That.
Hey,
shout out to Jay Barry,
you know
man.
what's one thing that nobody has said that I'm shocked? When I remember when we were playing, I was like, why? What is this like? What do these character models remind me of? It looks like freaking Fable, like old.
Right?
They look like Fable.
It's a little janky.
Can I give you a little take on that too?
Oh,
I feel like the characters reminded me of Time Splitters.
Whoa, Time Splitters. We going way
I got
back.
a real Time Splitters vibe while I was like talking to NPCs and stuff.
They look like, my first thought was Fable and Fable 2. Like they just look like elongated rescue heroes.
They
like
somebody else produce the graphics and the models for the trailer. It must not have come from.
I think it was an outside.
There's no way.
Company.
Yeah, there's no way it came from the actual developers, and that's part of the problem. It doesn't match.
But you know what?
There's no Xbox One in a way.
Style, because Arcane, like Prey was the exclusion, but like if you look at Dishonored, it is in Dishonored style. It is like the slightly like Arcane, like the Riot show. Arcane is slightly in that style where it's perfectly on brand for Arcane. It's just weird as hell to see it.
Okay, let me tell you this. I have no problem playing a subpar game. I played plenty of them. I was early access for Mount Outrider. Oh, that was actually going to be my main comparison.
Outriders is really good right now, but it took time to marinate it.
That was going to be my main point.
Redfall can't do
Glad
that,
you
so.
brought that up. Redfall needs the Outriders treatment. Come out the gate. It should have came out the gate for $40, $39.99. It should have. It is on Game Pass because these are all the same points I made for Outriders, and then of course it's going to need patches and plans for the future and a roadmap like immediately. I got drug all over Reddit for saying that about Outriders. They're like, oh, it's a complete game. Nobody wants a complete game anymore. I was like, bro, the game, like, it needs these things, and it's fine now.
I don't want a complete game anymore.
Yeah.
Who says that?
Like, no, but that's what they were saying to, like, oh, nobody wants to complete. I'm like, no, dude, like, I totally, like, you not understanding. If you want this game to last, it's gonna need these things. Redfall should have came out the gate. You're gonna see the price drop like a Ubisoft game. It better. No, serious. Like that price better drop. Yeah, see, everybody's saying Outriders is great, but y'all must have not been playing it day one.
I played it day one and I liked
Fame
it.
and Baron.
No, I loved it, but the way everybody hyping it up now, I feel like they ignoring because it wasn't the tone of when it first dropped. I remember like literally having to get glitched in order to progress past a certain point because we just could not.
Loading
it was a
times
wall
before you got your new Xbox with you and Fame.
Oh my god,
it was bad.
But you know, speaking of Xbox, you know the worst part about this? There's no Xbox One version that's in the way, and this game is only on PC and the world's most powerful console, and it looks this way. But really quickly, final super chat from Jay once again. He says, "I bleed green, but someone at Microsoft should have double checked on this game. It's bad perception." That's why I said it from before. ZeniMax needs to be overseen by Phil. Like,
But you know
I mean, I'm
what's-
sorry, by
that's-
Matt, because Phil's
that's
over
not even
everything, but
true.
Matt,
Because ZeniMax,
they don't function together.
ZeniMax, if it's a, so this is a new IP. This is supposed to fill the gap that Vampire the Masquerade was supposed to fill, because we know Vampire the Masquerade 2 was supposed to come out already now. It was supposed to be out. And they have their free-to-play Battle Royale, which is actually doing really good, surprisingly. This was supposed to fill the gap of, we are leaving the zombie era and now we're going back to the vampires, because that's what gaming is. It cycles. We are vampires, we are zombies, we are off the zombies now because everybody's kind of tired of the Dying Light stuff, and now we're moving into vampires. This was supposed to be the kickstart back into that to fill the gap so Vampire the Masquerade can come out. And they dropped the ball. And I'll speak from a PC perspective. I was getting 10 FPS at some points. Like, it was bad. And yes, I run a 980 Ti, but y'all know I can optimize like nobody's
you're
business.
running Red Dead Redemption 2. So any computer that can play that and stream it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can optimize like I am Houdini, but this game, there's something fundamentally broken with it. And I'll say the anti-cheat, which is de novo, does not work, because I run across hackers and myself to test it. I put some mods and hacks in. The anti-cheat doesn't work.
There's hacks on Redfall?
Oh yeah, immediately first day there was hacks.
The
hacks
enemies
de
don't
novo
even
does not
recognize
work.
you.
Exactly,
de
it's
novo does not work.
automatic hacks.
Exactly, and de
The
novo
AI
is the
zero in
problem,
Red.
I think, because de novo tanks frame rate on a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna say this: the game can have legs, but the problem is they, like Dan said earlier, they overpromised, underdelivered. But this is the thing that kind of threw me off, right? No shot to any specific people out there in the space, because we content create. I understand NDAs. I understand there's things in bylines that you can't discuss. I've been on the other end of those emails. I've heard those questions. Like, I've seen all that, so I get it. But the problem, like, as somebody who wasn't a part of this one, all the issues that I've seen most people complaining about would have been available even on the PC version. Like the emptiness of the world. The fact that nobody brought up the point that you can't pick up guns that enemies drop. Like, that was a huge issue for me. It's weird. Like, it was a hugely weird problem to me. Like, seeing all these enemies drop all these guns and you can't go pick it up.
Run up and be like, let me pick it up.
Yeah.
At least in Back 4 Blood, and this is the game I always compare it to. Back 4 Blood is a decent game now. It took a year and a half for it to get there. This is Back 4 Blood when it first launched. It's awful, but it will take time for it to grow if they stick with it, because we want them to change it. We wanted the game to change. And the only reason I'm playing is because of Queen Novine. Otherwise, I would have uninstalled it because it's 100+ gigs. I don't want this on my PC. I want to play it and get it out of my PC. I don't care about the other characters. But it has potential to be great. It has potential to relaunch vampires into the gaming industry, which people have been asking for.
I think that's part of the problem. Releasing a potentially game that could be great later on. Because that's what everybody's doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing that happened with Cyberpunk. Like, they had a lot of other issues in the background.
Ooh.
But
they did,
when that game first came out, like, it had a lot of issues. Now people are enjoying it and saying like all these positive things about it. But like, as long as, listen, if their pockets are not going to be hurt and people are still buying the game, they do not care if you complain because they already got your money.
The game is $90 here in Canada.
Well, do you think it was a throwaway title that was just washed up in the acquisition? Like, hey, we got to release it. Why invest any more into it?
You know what? There's lots of different rumors, reports going around, and some that Xbox really didn't have faith in Redfall.
I believe it. And want me to prove it?
When I first heard it, I was like, nah. But now I'm like, maybe. If the Xbox went to ZeniMax and saw what it was and was like, we're gonna release it anyway.
You know why they bought ZeniMax? You know why
that's terrifying.
You know why they had confidence in ZeniMax? Is because aside from Redfall, you know what we're gearing up for, and a lot of us are gearing up for the next chapter of ESO. it looks to be a banger. And the previous chapter, High Island, was amazing. ZeniMax, their standalones like this is whatever, but their content for the games that they have already established, like I'm gonna play the next chapter of ESO 100%, but I'm gonna probably put Redfall down immediately once it's over. And I'm like Dan, I'm playing it solo.
Hey, oh, go ahead.
No, shout out to Trey Bone 408 says, I honestly think these are the COVID batch of games coming up in the industry. Why is no one talking about this? Might be like this for the rest of the year, because we know I know people blast on like Jedi, but is Jedi fixed now?
Nah,
Yeah.
They just released a new patch.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I get what he's saying. A lot of these games they're releasing now were being at least started off, were being made while people were remote working and things of that such. So I definitely get that. I mean, we can't dispute it. It's definitely a viable point.
yeah. I
just really hope that this, because we're going to talk about the future here in a little bit. I just really hope this isn't the norm for the games that release for the rest of this year.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't think it is.
The one reason I even brought up the point that this was a throwaway, or at least in Xbox's eyes, when you went on Twitch within the first hour of releasing this brand new AAA title, Xbox was live, but they were playing I think they were playing Valorant.
They were playing something else.
They were playing Valorant. And then I was thinking, I know it's a Heritage Month, and I know, shout out to the Asian Pacific Island folks. I know it's Heritage Month, and maybe that was just already something established, but maybe you would have pivoted just a little bit on your main stage in one of the biggest platforms in the gaming space to maybe play the new AAA game that you just released.
If they knew it had
Hyperscape.
If they knew it had all these issues, absolutely not. They're not going to do that live.
But this is my point. I think it was a throwaway. I think they're really just trying to get it out.
I don't think it was a throwaway just because of all of the effort they put into marketing it, like the money
and
they
marketed
this game.
I feel like in the beginning, when they first dropped it, like everybody was talking about it. They put a lot of money into that trailer. They put a lot of money into, and to get your things into events, it costs a lot of money. It's not like pennies, right? So I believe when they originally started pushing this game, they put the money into marketing it the right way. If they didn't, we wouldn't even really talk about the game the way we're talking about it now.
That's true.
Right?
It would have been an indie slip under the radar.
It would have been like an indie slip. People wouldn't be this upset about it. You know what I'm saying? So they did market the game. Maybe not the way Nintendo markets their games, but they did market it. I think what they did is, how do I say this in a nice way? I don't know if I can say this in a nice way.
Don't say it in a nice way. Just say it.
Be nice.
Yeah.
I think they fucked up really bad because the idea that they put out there, like we've been saying, like over-promising and under-delivering, the idea they wanted you to be hyped for this game. And they knew at the beginning, there's no way that they didn't know at the beginning that is not what the game was going to look like when they put it out in the end. They knew, listen, the game was already underway and being developed before they pushed out the trailer. That is what is really messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody got hyped about that trailer. They already knew that the game was not going to look like that. And that's probably why they put the trailer out like that, because they knew they needed it to be like hyped up. They knew they needed to get people really excited about it. And then they gave y'all this. But I do not think it was a lemon. I think the game was a lemon, but I do not think it was purposely a thrown away game. Like, I don't think that's what it was supposed to be, especially for it to be its first game that they have at the $70 price mark.
Yeah.
Now, I want to switch really quickly because I got to switch topics, but I want to say we got 102 people watching right now. Shout out to all y'all who watching us right now. You guys should do us a big favor. Hit that like button. It helps us out a whole bunch. We really appreciate it. Dan, I want to switch over to you because now that Redfall is out and it's a failure. Call it what it is. If you enjoy it, it's a failure. We shifting gears now to Starfield. Does Redfall's failure put that much more pressure on Starfield to be great? Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Starfield is as important to the Xbox where it is now as the OG Xbox was to the OG Halo, right? So Dan, is there more pressure now on Starfield to be great since Redfall is Redfall?
I don't think the pressure is on Starfield. I think it's on Xbox. Because, like Dez's point before, like, why would they let something go out the door like this? Why did they allow that? Especially, I can't help but think about the timeliness of the acquisition of ZeniMax, and then we get the announcement of Redfall, which is right off the heels of a PlayStation exclusive in Deathloop. And it's like, you can only imagine that Redfall was in development at that time already, and it might have been a PlayStation 5 exclusive at one point in time, maybe. But as far as Xbox goes, I think that's the bigger struggle we're looking at here, because like you said, it hurts the brand, it hurts Game Pass for the game to do poorly. And Microsoft needs more wins with everything that's going on in the market right now. Microsoft needs to build a better fan base. And the fact that Redfall is doing so poorly, it puts pressure on everything that is going to go into Game Pass that is Microsoft's stamp of approval, behind it, where the whole, mantra that Microsoft has been pushing is we're enabling developers to make the games they want to make. And it's like, yeah, but those games also have to meet some standards,
Right.
and deliver on promises, because for every Redfall.
Oh wow!
Redfall.
He did it.
There's the
He did
Redfall.
it.
You infected my brain.
Worms.
Las Plagas.
Not the Las Plagas. Whoa.
But B, because I'm looking at the chat, and the chat seems to be 50-50. B, is there pressure on Starfield to be great?
No, everyone wants Starfield to be great. I think everyone wants Starfield to be great, especially Xbox fans. And I'm right there with you. I'm a diehard Xbox fan. I've had every platform that's ever come out since forever, but Xbox is my go-to gaming console. It's my preferred gaming console. I only play PlayStation for exclusives. I play Nintendo for exclusives. I love a lot of Nintendo games. A lot of times I won't even touch my PlayStation for months, even years at a time sometimes. And most of the time when I play PlayStation exclusives, I'm like, it's all right. I'm going to go back to playing Xbox, though. So it hurts me that Starfield did bad in more ways than one, because I wanted the game to be good, first of all, and I hate the negativity that is going to infect into Xbox and its ecosystem from that. I am not crazy about Starfield, but I want it to be good. I want to play Starfield and be blown away and be like, I wasn't looking at this game at all, but holy crap, I'm enjoying it now, and I'm happy that it's a thing that I can play. And I like to think we have a little bit more coming from Xbox. We have Forza Motorsport, which I'm really excited for. Not everyone's a Motorsport fan, but I am. I've been playing them since the original Xbox. We got Hellblade, which I don't know what I would do if Hellblade 2 comes out and is bad. I don't know how
I think I'd cry.
Phil will have to see me, bruh.
Dude.
If Hellblade 2 not, Phil gonna have to see me, bruh.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
Can I ask a
I
question?
have loved every single Ninja Theory game they've ever made. If Hellblade 2 is bad, I don't know what I will do with myself.
That game is gonna be horrible.
Will you still play your Xbox if Hellblade 2 is bad? Will you still
Absolutely.
play it?
Because
That doesn't
there's so many
change.
games
So
on
they don't care. That's my point.
Yeah.
Still
You know
gonna
what's so
buy
crazy?
games. It sucks, but that's what it is. Like, it
I'm not
reminds
that
me
guy
of
that
people
comes
who
into
buy-
GameStop and be like, here's my PlayStation, I'm trading it in for an Xbox because I want to play this now. And then they come back a
Right.
week later, here's my Xbox, I want a PlayStation again because I want to play the PlayStation
There
game.
are people.
I
Like
worked at
There are
GameStop for
people like
years,
that.
and I
Me
dealt
too.
with that on
Yeah.
a weekly basis of people
Yeah.
trading their systems back and forth.
But my point is that people who love Xbox will continue to play Xbox and will continue to buy games on Xbox and continue to be upset when those games
You know
fail,
why?
and then continue to be happy when they do well. Like, that's what it's gonna be. Like, I don't think it's hurting Microsoft's pockets enough
Oh,
for them
no.
to be like, yo,
You know
we
why,
really need
Des?
to start making better
Because-
games.
Like Redfall is gonna fail, it has failed. Starfield
Starfield.
is
No.
Starfield is weird because it's also Bethesda, so we're like, I expect a certain amount of jank, and I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Skyrim has been around for 11 years, 12 years. I'm
and
like,
it's still getting updates.
give me that jank. I
And
want
it's
that.
accepted.
Yeah.
But you know what they're gonna do if it fails? Because Bethesda's only one of their companies, and we don't need oversight. We don't need a crap ton of oversight because they're gonna get like EA, and then they're gonna shut down studios. We don't need that. What they're gonna do is, hey, our game failed. Here's the next Yakuza for the next 20 years exclusively on our platform. Enjoy this in Game Pass for free. Or they're gonna bring
They
like
might
some
do that.
game that we want, some franchise that we want. Persona is now on PC for people through Game Pass.
They
And
are.
we've
They're
been
gonna
asking
use
for that for
nostalgia baiting.
years.
They're gonna use nostalgia baiting, which is like what's gotten like our generation through like everything.
Persona
Just
5
everything.
isn't even on Steam. Persona 5 is not on PC aside from Game Pass right now.
Yeah.
They
That's
can
a huge market.
they
That
can
and they're
like
gonna start
chokehold us.
buying indie developers, and that's
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're going to
we
start
have
buying
weak-
up indie
yeah.
developers because you don't have to spend as much on indie developers as you do for some of these bigger. I mean, like Sony bought
Everybody-
Devolver, and look
Yep.
at Devolver. Okay,
Everybody remembers the gosh dang sizzle reel that gave us Cuphead. I don't remember any other
Yeah.
games. Cuphead was that game, and look at Cuphead now. Cuphead 2 is going to come out soon, or whenever it comes out. I'm not saying soon because delays. Baron don't believe in street dates either.
Oh no,
They-
those
they-
are that they had marketing, like heavy duty marketing for AAA releases.
Mhm.
And no, so it means nothing anymore. I don't care when something goes gold. I don't believe in any game until the day it drops, to be honest,
y-
at this point in time.
What does
You
it
know,
even
I s-
going gold even mean when a game comes out
just-
broken and
Those
they need to
tweets
day one
annoy
patch?
me.
So
the thing is
And-
that like when a game goes gold, it means that the loops that they've done, like we call them juice loops or whatever, that means that they've you know how like when you buy meat and like a certain percentage of it can have really disgusting gross shit in it and they'll still
Yeah.
sell it.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Ah, okay. So
it's
it
not
made
like-
it to the most playable point allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
but-
it.
But
Okay.
you got to put
B,
it
while
out
I
there for
got you,
people.
I still need to get your thoughts on Starfield's pressure.
Okay. One, people need to realize this game is going to have an absurd amount of jank to it because of the fact that in any up past Morrowind, you could pick up every fork across every part of the game,
You could still
and
do
to
that
have
in
a
the
and it's
online.
all continuous.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be jank. You're gonna have a random dragon from Skyrim pop up out of a planet and get stuck halfway through. That's gonna happen. You're gonna have to quick save until God comes back because of the potential crash of your game. These are all things that anybody, and I hate talking like this, like, oh, there's this big gate. If you don't know about crashing in Bethesda games, you're not a Bethesda fan. No, but I'm just warning people. So knowing all of these things, you're gonna have, if you're waiting for the perfect version of Starfield without it being in the hands of mods,
It's not gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen, and you're gonna continuously push this game back. That's just what's gonna happen. So there's never gonna be a perfect version of this game.
I remember having to warn people about Skyrim at GameStop when they bought it.
Yeah, I have to tell, bro. I was one of the people who fell victim to buying it too early on the PS3 and having it, because when the DLC came out, it was 6 months later that you had to wait in order to experience the DLC. So I had to go
No,
trade
it
it
was
in to get the
longer than
Xbox. Was it a year? I thought it was 6 months, but whatever.
It
You're
was
right.
like
It was
well into the life
it was
cycle that
it was a
Dragonborn
long
came
time.
out.
But so that point. But then
Mhm.
also marketing is key.
It is.
Marketing is key. Des said it best. We're talking so much about Redfall because they're going to be clipping the hell out of this because of how much marketing went behind it. So, in saying that, be honest. Be honest. Make fun of it.
Mhm.
Lean into the jank because it's gonna be there. Like
Mhm.
I would start a whole challenge. Like, show us the craziest bug you can find. Like, because these are things that are
Yo.
going to be a part of the game.
Lean into it. Yep.
It's lean into it. We're getting a Bethesda game whose nickname is Bug Bethesda.
Yep.
What do you think you're gonna get? I don't care how nice it looks. Now, but that's the fanboy part of me as a Bethesda fan, as a person who refuses to uninstall Skyrim, who bought it 5 times and barely beat it on his Switch. Like
on his fridge.
I'm that guy. But is it embrace it, because that's the only way you're gonna ride the wave and free the wave. But
what we don't do.
But
you go B.
No,
make my point.
I would just it just it's crazy how much is riding on this, and it's all due to the mishandling of every game before it.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the thing that sucks
also,
about it. But I'm gonna tell you how Xbox is gonna fix it. What they're gonna do with all this bad press and all that money in their pocket, they're gonna go stupid with the third party stuff. Every major third party releasing in between here and the next year, they need to go ahead and just lock it into Game Pass. They need to do that. You have to. And then they need to go ahead and really be weird and get Crunchyroll as part of Game Pass, because PlayStation Plus doesn't have it. And that would be funny as hell. That would be wild as hell, but I could totally see him somehow, some way making it happen. But yeah, they need to throw money, because let's be real, we'd be having a different conversation about Microsoft if they would have had Hogwarts Legacy on Game Pass. If they would have had what was the other AAA third party? Don't let them get some more Capcom games in there.
Oh yeah.
The problem why we'll never see that be is that PlayStation is buying up the marketing rights to all of this stuff, and we know from this ABK thing they are paying developers not to put these games on Game Pass. So and we know, Microsoft is Phil Spencer's not big on third party exclusives.
He needs to get over that, because that's the only way you can.
Sony going for the jugular. Sony goes for the jugular, and Microsoft wants to play Kumbaya, and it's not good for Xbox.
Bro, and I'm gonna tell you this: even though I do want some of them controllers because they do be looking amazing, if I see another set of controllers come out before a full complete game, it's a problem. But no, third party.
Stop being nasty, Bordy.
Well, hey, no,
I'd love to see more Capcom games in Game Pass.
No, I mean you already have Monster Hunter, right, if I'm not mistaken.
Primal coming to Game Pass too. It's like,
and then Monster Hunter Rise.
Yep.
So all you need to do is get a hold of a couple of Resident Evil titles, newer ones.
Put them all on them. But you know what we're not gonna do before we switch topics is we are not. And I've seen this on Twitter, and I'm not usually on Twitter because y'all piss me off on Twitter. We're not going to send death threats to Queen Ovine, who is a voice actor. She had nothing to do with this. We're not going to send death threats to the devs. We're not doing that. The game, Bethesda games are Bugthesda. We're not going to send Todd nasty shit. We're not going to do that. We're going to enjoy it, or we're not going to like it, and we're going to move on. Look at Forspoken. Everybody hated it, and we moved on. So do not send death threats to people. The studio moved on. The studio said I'm closing, babe.
Whole studio. But yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
We don't send death threats to people. We do not spam devs, because at the end of the day, all these decisions, like Des was saying and like Dan was saying, the marketing is out of their hands. They just put the code to make the character walk forward. And the voice actor literally did nothing. The voice actor just gave life to the character. We move on. We enjoy the games. We enjoy everything. But we do not, over a video game, send death threats to people. Okay? And if I find out any of you that are watching right now are sending death threats to people, Mama Hugger's gonna come for you.
Now, you said it so many times, so people in the chat gonna go do it on purpose, so you can come.
Yeah.
Listen, shout out to the chat who rocking with us, man. If you guys can, if you have not already, hit that like button, because it's free 99. It helps us out a whole bunch. I do want to switch gears one more time, but it's sort of on the same topic, right? So we got the Xbox Game Showcase coming up, and the Starfield Deep Dive Developer Direct will be right behind it, right? We're gonna do our prediction shows as we get closer, but I want to go around the ring, and Dan, I'm gonna start with you as our guest of the evening. Seeing how Xbox is not in the best light right now, what do you need from Xbox? Because this is next month, right? We're 4 weeks away. What do you need from this game show?
Brute Force remake.
Ooh.
I know that just threw that out on the top of my head because it's the most absurd thing I could think of. Or Scalebound. Bring me Scalebound. Make that a thing.
Hey, oh, don't hurt this man's heart. Dan, don't do that. Don't do that.
My heart hurts for Scalebound, but yeah, I hope that Xbox has got some secrets and surprises for us. Like Hi-Fi Rush was a fantastic little surprise shadow drop. I love Hi-Fi Rush, and it's amazing that it was able to just boom, like out of nowhere. If they have any more little secrets like that, that'd be great. I would love a release date for Hellblade. Something on the horizon, something to give me hope of when I might be able to play that game. Even or just some new actual footage of the game would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that conference is going to be mostly focused on Starfield, so anything that's not Starfield might be good. Any other first-party Xbox, because Xbox first-party has just been very, very quiet lately. And I mean, hell, Sony's barely got anything on the horizon at this point too. So
they're milking the Spider-Man around.
Quiet until Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, one PlayStation exclusive every 4 years. Ah! You know, like
they need to bring back Meg. Dan, do you remember Meg?
Get you for that, Dan.
Or no, what was it?
You stop telling
Meg or bring back Haze.
Meg?
I think Haze would be good.
Ooh.
Oh, Haze,
Yeah.
man, that was Free Radical. Oof.
Yeah.
Free
But
Radical.
you said Mag though.
Yeah, but Mag
Meg.
too.
Meg was fire.
Meg.
200
Haze.
people on the Mag. That was
Hey.
great.
Wait, but speaking of fire,
If we can get it
speaking of
Planet
fire,
Side.
This is what I
Speaking of
want right
fire.
here. New Mech Assault. Bring me Mech Assault back.
Mm-hmm.
I want Mech Assault.
Des, you got to be up next, right? But speaking of fire, bro, can we see that hoodie?
Yeah, Des, we need to see it because people
Oh.
been like,
Des, can we see that hoodie? Ooh, she fly. Let's
Stomp
go.
on 'em.
I was peeping. I was like, yo, that's fly. You fly. I feel you. I feel that. You fly. You fly. You shining. But Des, is there anything you need from this showcase? Anything that like, yo, this would set it off for me?
Y'all are gonna
Anything you need to
laugh.
see from Xbox?
of course we're
just-
gonna laugh.
We're not gonna laugh. We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
love.
I just need Xbox to sell the Black Panther Xbox that they gave away for free that they won't let anybody buy.
That
Give
should
it
gave
to
my
me.
black ass one.
Or at least give me a controller.
I just want to Wakanda my way through all the games that I play on Xbox, and until that
said that.
happens,
Des, no.
I'm not
This
opening.
is how
I'm not
I-
opening the Xbox. Look,
This is
look.
how
I know
you're
y'all are
calling
upset.
bullshit. You
I'm
put your
not
shit back
calling
in the
bullshit.
box. You're not gonna
Because
play it.
it's lame. I have a
Ooh.
PC. I have Game Pass on my PC. The only reason why I want to pull out an Xbox is because it's a beautiful piece of like.
And then you're gonna put
machinery to
it
look
back in the
at.
box for collector's
Yeah,
edition, so
'cause
it
it's
doesn't get
just- it's
scratched.
just regular. No, I would.
Des,
you
how
wrap
many
this
platforms do you have that you haven't unboxed?
Like 5. Easy.
I want a fighter. I want a fighter.
4.
Yeah.
I almost got up
But
because I was gonna go
listen.
over there and beat your
Hugger's
ass.
coming down to get
Why
you.
do I get
I
so
was
much
like-
hate for- no, I do have more than 4. I just
I
thought
know
it-
you
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
Stream Deck that
but
you've
I'm not-
recently now started playing. Your Switch, Xbox.
I do play my
uh,
Switch, but I have 2 Switches. Wait, can we just get this straight before we move on and ask everybody else what they want from Xbox? Okay, I gotta tell the whole story. Okay, I was living in South Korea when I got the Switch, and this was like during COVID when you couldn't get a Switch. I actually won a contest to buy it, right?
Oh,
Because the one I
Okay, fair.
wanted was the Animal Crossing limited edition one.
I want
So-
it too.
That green, that teal is dope. But keep going.
Yeah. So I won just a regular one, and then like my cat like knocked it off the bed or whatever, and so there's like little scratches on it. And then she died like 2 weeks before I moved back to the US. So I don't want to get rid of it. Like,
Laugh?
no, I don't know what she's
why,
having.
why did it take
Because
the
that's
turn?
the truth.
Sentimental
It is the
value
truth.
Aaron.
scratches.
That is the truth. That's why I don't want to get rid of it. So I don't open the other one.
Okay, that's
So-
fair.
How evil.
okay. As for the Xbox, I feel like most of the games I would play on Xbox, I already play on my gaming laptop. This is the reason why I got it, right? And I didn't buy the
Digits.
Xbox. The Xbox was gifted to me from Black Voices in Gaming for hosting their
Oh,
show.
okay. That's fair.
Okay. The
You
PlayStation
see how
5,
she's
I
been dropping all
bought
this
that.
dope shit, right?
Yeah, the PlayStation 5 I bought because I used to be a part of another podcast and I was going to start reviewing PS5 codes. We ended that podcast, so I just haven't. There's no point in me. I'm not reviewing games right now. Okay,
That's
so
fair.
and the other stuff I have is like old school, like the Sega that they came out with that already had games on it, and the Super NES that already had games on it. And I like playing those games with other people. I never have people at my house to do couch co-op, so I don't play them.
To do
And now
what?
there's emulators.
I wish you would
for all of
explain
those
this
games.
Move on,
first.
Faye.
Because now we look at you like, oh, she crazy. And now that you've explained, I was like, oh, Pop
Yeah,
Pop's
She
queen.
crazy.
It makes sense.
She crazy, but also Pop Pop's queen.
Look,
I'm gonna go back
whenever
and
you
flip
guys
what she
come over,
said.
we can all play
Oh,
together.
yeah.
But
Fame, you better
I
get
was-
her. Get her.
I was a gamer in the 90s. So I remember sitting on the couch or sitting in front of the TV with my little brother and playing games. That's how I like to play games. I'm not a person who likes to sit by myself and just play a game, usually. Ask Baron.
Dan?
Every time it's always something like Grounded. Like I've been playing Grounded. It's always something
Yeah.
that I can play with other people.
Very
Yes,
true.
I
chat said we
gotta-
raiding your house.
I gotta ask Dan.
Come
though,
over. Come over.
'cause
Shit.
Now
If
that
you
I know.
find out where I live, I will give it to you. Okay? If
Okay.
you find out where
Queen,
I live,
Queen, I'm
Don't
coming.
threaten the internet. Are you kidding me?
I'm
Yeah.
in the internet. It's
You-
like if
you
you
are.
find out where I live.
You
If you
just
can
challenge-
get into this gated community and you can find out exactly where I live, I will give it to you.
Why
More
are you-
kudos
In
to
the
you.
community. Please get the
Guys,
F off.
please,
But
please,
I
please
also-
don't take her
Marcus,
serious.
yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, ignore her.
You,
Yeah,
you
no,
just
don't take me
challenge the
serious.
internet.
I will immediately call the cops. But
I also gotta ask Dan. Now that I know you're old, I'm
Right.
the baby here. I'm 30. I'm about to be 30. So, do you think that we as old people we glamorize the old games because it was finished? But we know now, looking back, a lot of those games were not finished and they were just as jank.
Zelda was dope.
There's definitely a nostalgia factor there, and like when you got a game in the cartridge, it is what it is. There's nothing different. You can't change anything about a cartridge game back in the day.
That's true.
And like think about how they remake games now that were old games, but they try to include the faults that those old games had
It's true.
because that's how people remember them. They try to keep that alive. Like even Halo Master Chief Collection was like we
I
got
think
to
that was
keep
an accident. No.
Yep.
we have to keep the jank from the original games in there. We got to keep the same glitches and stuff.
That's true.
I also don't
Yeah.
think they were as game breaking as stuff is today.
But
I don't.
But Des,
think, like-
look at all the versions of Street Fighter. There's like 16 versions of Street Fighter
never
too.
played Street Fighter. I'm
That's
sorry.
true.
I never played Street Fighter.
So
but I did play
every
the
time
hell
they
out of
put
Streets of Rage, and that game was dope. I love.
Streets
Now we're
of
getting
Rage
close to
even,
16
actually.
versions of Resident Evil 4 too.
Exactly. There's
that's because
there
they
was
know
so
it
many
sells.
cartridges.
Right, but that's because they know it sells. That's not
That's true.
because like.
Well,
it's,
they did
it's
have
like a name
fixes.
brand thing.
What did Todd
Yeah,
Howard say? I'll stop making Skyrim when you stop buying it.
God, you're so right.
He said that.
Every
I
time you
hate
put out a
that.
Resident Evil, people are like, "Let's go get it." Every time they put out
That's
a
true.
janky version of Pokemon,
Well,
people
you
are
know
like,
why?
"I know it's jank, but I'm gonna buy it." 'cause
You're
I
just a
love
little too
Pokemon."
loud, man.
Have y'all ever followed the Resident Evil TikTok? Because I be following it, and they were like pimping out Lady Dimitrescu when Village came out, and now they've been pimping out like Leon being sexy for a Resident Evil 4. They know their audience. They know. They were even
Can I
pimping
shout
out.
out?
Oh yeah.
There's a
shout
thing I've been circulating on my socials lately, and it's Lady Dimitrescu with Dante
Mm.
from Devil May Cry, and I fucking love it. It's so
Ooh.
perfect.
Let
like
me
she's
just look it
stabbing
on
him
Lady
through the
D.
heart,
No,
and he's
it's
just
so
like,
frustrating.
like that's not the way to get to a
Because
man's
isn't
heart.
she,
Ooh.
like I know people love her,
Sir.
but I was always like, she just looks dirty. Like she hasn't bathed in a really long time, and I could not
So?
get past that.
And I like it
It
musty.
just look.
Apparently
I
the
understand
word.
that you like it,
I
but
like
for
it
me, it was just like,
musty.
mm-mm.
Hey, shout out to the homie Jay.
I'm gonna need you to bathe.
Shout out to the homie Jay with the $2 super chat. He said, "Can we get the likes to 80? Let's go, people. Listen, can we get the likes to
Musty.
80? You know,
80.
if you listening right now, Bordy is wilding.
Bordy, can you? You know what?
Wow.
Every
Shout out to
flex.
Jay with the super chat. If you guys hit that
Come on.
like button, let's run them numbers up. We coming toward the end of the show.
Oh,
Steph,
We need them
man.
like buttons to be ran up, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Hit that like
Was
button
that
for real.
flavor?
B, before we switch to the last thing of the show, I gotta ask you, what do you need to see from this? Like, we're not doing the predictions,
Oh,
but
Oh,
you
what do
asking
you need
he
from
needs-
this show?
I
What
want to
do-
know what
what
he's
do-
snacking on first. What do you eat?
Hideo
It's
Kojima.
like French fries.
Burger and fries.
Okay.
But what I need to see from
Some butt.
I heard it. I heard the Hideo Kojima. That'd be
Yeah.
nice. I would need 1.5 shadow drops. And by that, I mean go ahead and throw out a game. I don't even care what it is. Just throw a game, drop it. And then I need something to give me faith. Because I'm just riding the Game Pass wave. Because I enjoy Game Pass. Like,
if they
I
announced
use Game
Fable,
Pass
would you
every
be
day.
content? The next Fable, because we know it's coming.
No,
Perfect
and I'm gonna
perk.
tell you why. Because look how long it took to go. Like, let's say we get gameplay on this event. It
Yeah.
was 3 years since they announced it. We haven't seen anything new around it. So how long am I gonna have to wait to see the release date
But-
if you show me the game?
We also did wait a very long time for Bayonetta 3 to come out.
That's not real.
Me
It's
and
still
you-
not real.
No,
Have you
hold
beat
on.
it?
First off, no, because I just
Wait,
got a
you
Switch
know?
this year. I just got
Have
a
you
Switch
beat it,
this year.
Dan?
I haven't
haven't had a
started it
Switch
yet.
for you.
See, it's
Baron,
not real. No,
You also can't talk shit because you are waiting for Little Devil Inside.
See,
Where'd that game be?
So wow.
Where'd that game be? Baby, where'd that
Y'all
game be?
gonna have to stop airing y'all's juice on and
Wow.
telling everybody.
Baron and
Y'all
I
just
love
be
to
coming
go
for
for
each other.
Where Little Devil Inside?
She said, "Where your game at?"
Where you game at, baby? Where it at?
Wow. First, you know what?
Because I know you.
I
know
just-
you ain't an Xbox, so that's why I was like, "Where your game at? You can't talk shit about the other games."
I
I can talk shit about all the games though, because I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't got nothing to say. Xbox needs
No,
to
keep
just
going, B.
shadow drop something. That's
What do you
it.
think they need to shadow drop?
Put out some
Does it
big
need to be
games
another like
that aren't broken.
indie title?
Sure,
'Cause it's-
I'll take it. Because that seems to where they hit home runs. No,
Shadow drop
oh no,
and
I'm gonna tell you.
food.
No. I'm gonna tell you what I need for them. What I need is they need to go ahead and just lock in a couple of AAA Game Pass deals. If they could
Which
showcase
games?
that. Did I say it wrong? Yeah, AAA third party deals. If they
games?
I don't care. Like, give me more value for Game Pass. At this point, that's all I can ask for as somebody who's already invested in the system. That's what I want.
Okay, fair.
All right. So I did have one more thing left I was going to do, but I'm not going to do it because I want to switch
No,
to the
do it.
suggestions, right? So
Fame.
because it's in the title, I'm just going to say my Ravenlock review. If you want to hear my thoughts on Ravenlock,
Ooh.
my review was up. I put it up this morning at about 10 a.m.
No, Fame.
The link is in
I
the
need you
description
to
for the
talk
video
about it.
review. And go to
Tell me about-
lv1gaming.com for the written review. It is a good game. That's the overall art. It's not great. It's not bad. It's very short. If you're into simple combat, great colors, great styles. It's that voxel style, which Coco Cucumber does great. If you guys have played Riverbond and Echo Generation. Echo Generation is pretty dope, by the way. Go play Echo Generation. But Ravenlock is a good game. Okay, I believe in my. Well, I'm not gonna spoil my review that I gave, but if you guys, it comes out tomorrow. It is on Xbox Game Pass. It's also on PC. Check out my video review is in the description along with Dan's Twitter. I want you guys to follow Dan on Twitter. You guys to go to lv1gaming.com. That's where you can support us the most. If you go on lv1gaming.com, the written review was there, and also the video review is embedded into the article. Check it out. I think a lot of people will enjoy Ravenlock. It is a reimagining of a classic fairy tale, Alice in Wonderland. Make sure you guys go and check it out. But you guys know people who rock with us. We do something at the end of the show. We kind of rope you guys into it a little bit. We give suggestions for games, movie, anime, TV show that you guys should be watching and or playing. Drop them in the chat. I'll be reading them off. I want to start with the panelists. Hugs, I'm going to start with you. What do you suggest the people should watch and or play for this week?
Go watch. So I've been watching an old Irish comedy. It's called Mrs. Brown's Boys, and it's absolutely hilarious if you like English comedy. Anime, I'm still working through my Hero Academia, and still don't like Bakugo, but I've just started season 3.
You'll love them.
Okay, don't spoil it for me, but is the guy with the lower face and the stitches on his face that also had the last name Todoroki, is that his brother? That is part
Whose
of the Bakugo's brother in the League of Villains? Okay. I'm excited, but yeah.
He related to somebody, but it ain't Bakugo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting to to like Bakugo because he's annoying. Oh my god, I hate him. For games, honestly, we did shit talk it a lot. Just go try Redfall. I think get some friends and go play it and go just experience it. It is janky as all hell, but Fame, Baron, and I played Back for Blood together. Fame and Baron played Outriders, so like go find your friend, go find somebody that you're gonna love and go play. Try Redfall at least. And if you don't like it, go play the Swan Song or whatever it is that is the free to play battle royale vampire game.
Blood Hunt.
Blood Hunt. Yeah.
We're about to go play Blood Rain Remastered.
Ooh.
Blood Rain is so good.
All right, sis. Des, what you got for people to watch and or play for this week? If you guys got something in the chat, drop them off and I'll read them.
So I started Beef. I don't know if you guys
So
heard.
good.
I got to the 8th episode because I usually binge things and I just got tired of it. Like I just got tired of the drama that those two characters kept causing each other. I mean, it's supposed to be like really funny and like, but it just got really annoying for me, which is surprising because I watch a lot of annoying shit, but I just couldn't finish it. But I've heard really good things about it. Me personally, I just didn't like it. So I think people should give it a chance. We don't have a lot of like Asian American movies or series out there that's just dedicated to like what they're going through in the US, and we're a community, so if you want to go out there and support it, please go out there and support it. I know there's some controversy with one of the characters about some stuff he said, but like he's not the main character and he's not the one who made the show and everything like that. So like I said, I've been playing Grounded. But if anybody wants to go check out a game that you've never played before, I would check out American McGee's Alice. Love that game. Such a dope title.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's really good. I've been on this whole like Alice in Wonderland kick. And right now on YouTube, I know it's free here. I don't know if they do it different by state, but The Fifth Element is one of my favorite fucking movies.
Corbin,
Love
my
that
man.
movie.
Corbin.
It's free to watch on YouTube right now, so go look it up and go check it out. I know that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. So yep, that's it.
All right, I got some stuff in the chat. Bordy says Salamander County Television is hilarious. One of the funniest indie games I've ever played. I played recently and short but sweet. Don says watch Sweet Tooth season 2 out, and Last Case of Benedict Fox. That's another game that dropped on Game Pass, which I haven't installed and I forgot it's out. I need to play it. Jake Brown says the real fall that matters is Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is freaking amazing.
We were just playing Titanfall 2. We were having a blast.
Nice.
So freaking good.
Shout out to my game.
Somo Black says I'm reading a graphic novel called Something is Killing the Children. Oh Lord. Let's see. We got any more suggestions in here? We got people talking about Beef. Beef is pretty good. Shout out to American McGee for helping make Doom and Quake.
Yeah.
Of course you know that, Jake.
Cowboy Bebop. I think that's all we got right now. All right, B, I'm swinging over to you. What you got for people to watch and or play for this week?
Go watch the Recruit on Netflix. It's really good. You'll get caught up and you'll want to binge it. And then of course watch third season of Jack Ryan. It's really good, and I like that they respect the fact that people have been watching it, or at least they assume you have, so they don't take a long build up. It just jumps right into it. And then to play, I've been playing the hell out of No Man's Sky again. And it's funny because I'm back to doing the same stuff I was doing before. I'm not even fully partaking in all the updates. Like I'm just jumping star system to star system, mining and crafting and selling and bounty hunting. What else? Go try Redfall. Go give it a shot. Especially if you already have Game Pass. If you're already bought in, go give it a try. And you'll realize that yes, it's janky. Yes, there's moments that make no sense, and yes, it's hollow. But you may mess around and have fun, because believe me, it ain't the worst game out there. Not even close.
That's facts. That's fact. And our guest of the evening, Dan, what video game, anime, movie, TV show that you have been watching or playing that you think the people who are listening to you right now should go check out?
I don't get to watch a lot of TV, but I will say this again and over again. Trigun Stampede is one of my favorite new animes of all time. It is amazing. It's got some of the best animation. It's got some amazing camera work. Things happen in that show as an anime you've never seen in an anime before. The way the camera moves, the way the action plays out, it's phenomenal. And it's got one hell of a story. So as an old-time Trigun fan, there's a lot to appreciate about the new show. And as someone who's never watched any Trigun or know anything about Trigun, it will just blow you away. As far as TV, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but recently I did watch Shrinking on Apple Plus, and that show is fucking great. I love Harrison Ford in it. He's the best part of that whole show. So I would definitely watch Shrinking. As far as games go, there's a reason I have Bayonetta's sitting here. I just recently played Bayonetta Origins. I actually am working on a review for it. It is phenomenal. Bayonetta Origins is so good. Play it. Don't ask questions, just play it. I will have a review up soon if you want to see my full review and actually see like the game in action. It's fun, it's lighthearted, it's easy to play but really satisfying. And the story is really good. It's really well written. It surprised me a lot of times, and it actually like hit me in the feels. And there's a couple of good moments where like I got goosebumps from like the way the action plays out. And I've not played most of the Bayonetta games, but I saw where the game ties into the main franchise, and I was just like, oh, all right, I see what they're doing here. Okay, like I never even thought for a second about playing this game until it was offered to me for a review, and I'm so fucking glad I got to play it.
Yes.
It's so good.
That's dope.
That's what's up. Listen, for
also,
me,
Turn Up Boy.
go ahead.
Turn Up Boy commits tax evasion.
That's
Play
a
it on
good
Game
game.
Pass. Play it on Game Pass. It's stupid, it's fun, and it's incredibly well written as far as just dumb comedy. You'll get an achievement for murdering somebody, and it's like, murder! Sweet. You get an achievement for tax evasion by pressing start. If you want easy achievements. It's stupid.
So good.
Play it.
Listen,
It's
for
short.
me, go watch. I'm gonna go watch this weekend. More than likely, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 drops this weekend. This is supposed to be the end. It's supposed to be their eighth. This is their trilogy. This is the end of this Guardians of the Galaxy as we know it. So make sure you guys go check it out. As far as game goes, of course, we said give Redfall a try yourself. I'm playing a lot of MLB The Show. And I don't play a lot of sports games anymore. I used to play Madden Die Hard. MLB The Show is crispy as all get out. It is. Sony Santa Monica did their thing, and you can play MLB The Show with your Ferrari pillow, which you need to go in the description down below, hit that link, and get your stuff on, because it is the only way to game and podcast. And I ain't gonna cap with you. If you buy a Ferrari pillow with the link in the description, it helps out Level 1 Gaming. So make sure you guys go and check it out. Listen, it has been one hell of a show.
Oh, I wanted to
Not
say
everybody
something.
came out and rocked with us.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, go ahead,
and
love.
I forgot to say, but guys, right now Freedom is doing their first ever publisher sale with up to like 90% off of like games. So definitely go check out their what am I saying? Their Steam page. Like we have like Dreamscaper, we have Dark Deity, we have what was that other game? Symphony of War. All of those games have sold like over 50,000 copies. So please go check out the sale. There's a bunch of stuff. We shadow dropped a few games. Go check those out too. That's all I wanted to say, because I was like, I should probably say that. And I forgot.
And according to Bordy, it's on the front page of Steam right now. The sale.
Yep.
The sale is going on right now. So yeah,
Yep.
shout out to Freedom Games. We love Freedom Games.
Love
Great
y'all.
publisher. Make sure you guys go check out that sale. Get you some games for the cheap, because we know y'all cheap. You like to save money, okay? Especially if you a Game Pass subscriber. You know you like saving money. Go get you some games. Shout out to Freedom Games. Thank you, Des, for shouting and putting that out there. We appreciate you. Listen, this was a hell of a show. Shout out to our guest, Dan, who came through and dealt with our nonsense today. TikTok, I'm so
Anything, I
sorry.
poured gas
but
on
I
the
haven't
fire.
been acknowledging.
You did.
I haven't been acknowledging
did.
TikTok. I do apologize. Shout out to TikTok for letting us be live over there. For everybody came out on YouTube today, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Iron Lords for the raid. Everybody who's in the chat today with so many names. I can't name them all, but of course, Bordy, Shauna, Mr. 7 Digit was in the chat. Don was in the chat. Rock with a slow-mo backslap was in the.
We gotta shout out Maria too.
Jay was in there. Jay always there.
Jay always
Yeah,
there.
Jay. I was getting to Jay.
No, you weren't.
I got my list right here. I was going down,
my
but Jay,
bad.
of course, Jay rocking with us, was doing this thing. Is that Black Amara in the building? I appreciate you, Mama. He came in through the end, but he came through. Shout out to y'all for rocking with us once again. We'll be back next Wednesday for episode 245. Please check out the Ravenlock review in the description down below. Also in the description down below, that's my homie's Dan's Twitter handle. Go give him a follow because he does amazing content. You guys definitely want to be following him, okay? Especially if you love Godzilla and that mouth beam.
Okay.
Go check
Godzilla on Twitch.
With all that said, congratulations, you guys leveled up to 244. This was the WXP podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
And fair.
Saranghae.